What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's Anthony Ray. I want to do something different. I think a lot of times as an artist, as a rapper, producer, as myself, we don't really get in the bag of talking about the behind the scenes, stories, experiences that we've had being an independent rapper, independent artist. So I wanted to do it. I wanted to trauma dump on you and let you guys know some of the stories, which at the time, like, scarred me. At the time, it hurt me. It broke me down. But I look back and a lot of these stories are just funny. And so I was just like, yo, I have all these stories I can tell. And so I want to give you guys a little story time. So mind you, this story I'm going to tell you, this happened like 10 plus years ago. So this is like, I'm far removed from it. I got booked to perform in Ohio. I was excited and came across someone that was like, hey, I have a youth event that I'm a part of, and you can speak to the person that's over it, who's organizing the whole thing. Link up with him, send him my music. He loved it, performed for them, and it went so good. It was like, hey, we gotta book you again. Hopefully, next year, in the next 2 years. I was like, yeah, sure. That was like the first time I got like a hotel, and so I was feeling like the man. I'm like, yo, all the way from Virginia, I'm getting booked out of Ohio. Like, I'm really doing it for real. I didn't take a flight. I drove, but I mean, it was dope. I mean, like, just that experience alone was like, I just felt like I was the man. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to take off, da da da. It was a great experience the first time, performing in Ohio for the first time on my own. I had someone with me. Shout out to Brian. He probably remember a little bit of this story. He was with me. He was like my assistant. I try to make everything look professional and all that. So looking back on it is really funny. The following year, the next year, emailed me back. Hey, we want you back, but this time we're not doing this youth event within our church. We're gonna do it we're gonna do a youth retreat. Some of you guys have never been a part of like a youth retreat or grew up around like church organization type of events, church events. Like a youth retreat is like a camp in a way. Like it's a camp. Really, that's what it is. Mind you, this is a 3-day event. So I arrive on the first day. So they're doing camp activities with the kids. So I'm there. Basically, I think it was it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and perform on Friday. And then they have, I perform Friday night, and then they have like a Saturday camp event day. And then I'll be leaving in the morning on Saturday. So mind you, I'm in Virginia. So Virginia to Ohio is about a 6.5 hour drive. And that's with getting gas and getting food. So yeah, like 6.5. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down. Like the way they treated me, they treated me great the first time, right? Mind you, this is the first time I went to do this event with this organization. I had an assistant. This time I don't. It's just me. So I'm solo dolo, right? And I get to Ohio. I'm feeling great. The drive was great. It was smooth. Of course, when you drive from Virginia, Ohio, you got to go through West Virginia. And West Virginia sometimes it's a hassle. So the first time they booked me, they got me a hotel, mind you. They gave me a love offering, right? A check, But I usually get that, at that time, I was getting the check after I performed. They're like, hey, so you'll do sound check tonight, and you'll do it tomorrow if you want, da da da. So we're figuring that all out. They're like, hey, we got food for you, da da da. So they're like, hey, we got hot dogs and hamburgers. I'm cool with that, right? But I'm noticing it's starting to get late. Mind you, I got to Ohio probably close to like 5, 6. Mind you, it's the summertime, so it's still not dark yet. But I'm noticing it's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock, it's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay. So I'm seeing they're doing youth activities while I'm there. So I'm like, okay, so where am I staying? because we haven't really talked about that, right? And if I remember, they never told me. I just assumed because of the first time of them booking me. So it's getting close to 9, and they're like, "Hey, all the kids, get in your rooms. It's time to saddle up. The girls go to this campsite. The boys go to this campsite in their rooms." And I'm like, "Cool, cool, cool." He's like, "Yeah, man, we got you a place to stay." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, man. It's been a long day. It's been a long drive. I've been on the road all day, and da da da. Thank you for the food." And I'm so just it's very thoughtful of you to do that for me. And so he's like, "Yeah, man, we got you a place to stay. We got everything available for you. If you want to, you get more snacks if you want before you go into the cabin." Into the cabin. So I'm not staying in a hotel? "Yeah, we got a cabin for you, man. You're not staying in a hotel." So what cabin? So there's like a cabin that I'm staying in? Mind you, I'm a go with the flow type of guy, right? Cool, cool, cool. I'm cool with staying in the cabin. Nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with that. But this is all off of assumptions I made because of the first time they booked me. But I overheard him talking to the kids like, "Yeah, there's no Wi-Fi out here, and there's none of this out here." That's for the kids. I'm the artist. I'm here to perform for the kids. I need Wi-Fi. I need certain things. hmm There was certain requests. Yeah, I need that. So he says, "We have a cabin for you to stay." I'm like, "All right, bet." He's walking me to the boys' cabin. "Yeah, we got a separate bed for you right over here. And it's a bunk bed, y'all. And another kid is on top of the bunk bed." When I tell y'all, I was like, if it wasn't late, I would have left. And when I tell y'all, that was just the most, that was the worst experience. Kids was talking all night, yelling all night. I'm like, it was just a hot mess. It's like, "So what's your name? You're performing? Oh yeah, you're the artist, you're the rapper." Bro, it's 12:31. I am dog tired. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk right now. To this day, I don't remember how nice I was. I think at one time, I think I faked like I was asleep. So I wake up in the morning, and I'm just like contemplating on like I might leave. Like I was literally like I might leave, but because I was paid the first time, I was like, okay. Not only was I paid the first time, I can't do that to the kids. I can't let them down. So he's like, "Hey, we're gonna be doing sound check in a little bit if you want to. The kids right now, they're doing some camp activities." And so luckily when the kids left for the camp activities, I got to wake up to a big cabin to myself. I mean, it's a cabin to myself, but it won't be once they come back. But do sound check, everything goes smooth. Got to get some practice in. So now it's the night I perform. Performance, I did great. I killed it. I think it was like one of the best performances I ever did. It's probably out of frustration and anger, maybe. So the kids loved it. I think it was like maybe like 80 kids. So it went great. And so at the end of it, I'm like dog tired. And I was like, "Hey, thank you guys for letting me perform, da da da." And it was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you your check in the morning, give you your love offering in the morning." And I was like, "Bet," because it was late at that time. And if you've been to like a youth event, youth retreat, if you ever been to like a lock-in, like those type of youth events, like those end really, really late. So because I performed like I think it was like 11:30, 11:30, 12. And then after I performed, they did other youth activities, but I got to go back to the cabin, go to sleep. Wake up in the morning. They're like, "Hey, I know you're about to get back on the road. Before you go, let me give you your love offer." And I'm like, "All right, bet." So they gave me my checks. I was like, whew, that was a lot. Went through a lot. Got the check. Pulling off, saying bye to everyone, dapping up the kids, dapping up the person that's organizing it, the whole team, everybody. So dropping off the lot of the campsite, get on the road, and I'm probably maybe like 30 minutes away, almost 45 minutes away from the camp. So I'm driving, I'm like feeling good. I'm like, I got the check. So I get to the gas station and I open up the envelope. And when I saw the check, I almost passed out. The check was $75. I drove from Virginia to Ohio, performed, did not have a hotel, had to stay in the cabin, did a show for $75. After that day moving forward, I got my business together. I put a nice contract together, everything I could on paper, and made people sign it. And I learned so much about protecting myself as a brand, as an independent artist, and not be big on assumption. Because at that time, I was so upset about it, But I learned a lot about myself. How much do I value myself? Not to put myself in certain positions. If it's not going to work, I might just have to say no. So I learned a lot from that situation. And so, yeah, as an independent artist, and make sure you have your stuff in order, because you can wind up in a cabin. God bless you.